Alright, you're live. We're back for some Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh shit.
Woo!
Nice.
We're back. Session 3.
Let's
Boy,
go.
and hopefully we'll have a lot less technical difficulties this week. Fingers crossed.
We can always hope.
Yeah. Alright. So, let's go over session recap from last week. Last session, our party continued their journey to Ravengarde, the capital city of Devoria. On their way, they encountered an injured giant centipede who Newt managed to calm and retrieve the sword that was embedded within it. Insane healed the centipede, and then it went on its merry way. The party afterwards then continued on their travel, and Coach gave them some advice on what to do and what to avoid while they're there in Ravengarde. Eventually, the party arrived. Past the gates, past the guards, they were led into the city, at which point Coach handed them a sending stone for use to call him when it's time to leave. After that, the party spoke with the beggar for directions and was also pointed in the direction of a supposed quote-unquote secret beggar club, among other things. And so, we resume where we left off, with the party having just sold some things to a blacksmith nearby, and, at least initially, deciding to head to the inn that Coach gave them directions for, and ultimately beginning their quest to look for this Idiom Flower individual who is supposedly somewhere in Ravengarde. Yeah, also map updated. It's pretty cool, that's pretty neat. Again, we'll be using a lot of theater of the mind. As you guys are traveling, I will just point to a random building and be like, "Hey, this is this now." We'll still do all that, but now the scale is correct, among other things. I'm more happy with it. With that said, I will let you guys know or remind you, in case I forgot to mention it before. Time-wise, as you guys can see the sky, it is mid to late afternoon at this point. So you have a couple of hours, give or take, before it turns nightfall, if that affects the decisions that you guys are making or what you want to do. But just keep that in mind. Also, like I said, you guys were initially thinking about going to the inn, but you guys are not locked to this decision. You guys are currently walking the streets. You guys let me know where you want to go. You've got a little bit of a sandbox going on right now.
Hell yeah.
What are we doing in the end, guys?
I think it was just a place to sleep. And then chat, see if there's anything interesting going on there before we head to the Beggar Society. I actually need to sell my great axe that I found because I forgot to do that last session. So I guess don't mind me doing that.
Sure, but I burned the bridge for the only blacksmith we know.
Well,
Hey.
technically,
He didn't see us.
Yeah.
I guess you could go in.
As long as you two don't go inside, it's fine.
Yeah. We'll stay out here. Pretend we don't know you.
Also, if you see free candy apples, don't eat it.
Okay.
So DaGoo, you're gonna go back to the blacksmith that you guys just left?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna put the token over there just to represent. Hey, you're now going to a place. The rest of you, I imagine, are just kind of standing outside waiting for DaGoo to return.
Yeah.
Sure.
DaGoo, you go back to the place. You open up the door. There's a little bit of a jingle indicating your arrival.
Bling, 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 bling.
You hear in the back, familiar, or I guess not familiar to you, but you hear a man kind of yell out, "One moment." And as
Okay.
the tarp kind of gets pulled back, and the man comes out, takes a look at you, and goes, "Oh no, not another one."
Oh yeah, you guys do look like.
Oh yeah.
Another adventure, or you know what? I'm gonna just hold my comments to myself. I'm gonna keep it quick with you, man. I just gotta sell this here great axe and pick up some javelins.
But look at you from top to bottom. We'll take a moment to think. Sure. And he'll motion, and he'll kind of wait for you to approach the table, or the desk, I should say.
Okay, and I will approach the desk.
And you want to sell the great axe?
Yeah, sell the great axe and pick up about, let's see, javelins. Does he have any javelins? I guess is the first question.
Yeah, he's got a few javelins.
Okay. I have 90 gold around there, so javelins cost 6 a piece, or 6 silver a piece.
Well, you don't know.
Oh, I don't know that. Yeah. So I guess I'll ask him how much do javelins cost first.
Take a look at you. Javelin goes for about a gold piece each.
Okay. You know what? It's fine by me. Okay, so how much you gonna give me for this here great axe?
We'll take a look at it. Ugh. Kind of looks at it. This thing looks really beat up. Where'd you get this from? Some goblins or something?
Yes.
In horrible condition. Oh,
Yes, it is.
suppose that explains it. Suppose I could melt it down for some materials. It's pretty rough around the edges. Well, if you're looking to buy some javelins, I'll give you 20 gold pieces for this.
Done deal. And then I'll just take 20 javelins and we'll call it even.
Want 20 javelins?
20 javelins.
Well, all right then. Sure, we could just do a straight trade then.
See?
Go ahead
Easy
and
business.
take them from the barrel over there. I'll kind of point you to one of the corners where you saw the javelins. There's a couple of barrels with a bunch of javelins kind of poking out from them. So you could just walk on over, grab 20 javelins.
Yep. Grab 20 javelins, hoist them up, and say, pleasure doing business with you. I'll be sure to come back another time. And I'll leave the shop.
All right, I'll give you the javelin. That was your only great axe, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll take that out of your. I'll take that macro out then. You could update your notes. 20 javelins.
Nice.
It's just an extra 40 pounds that you just got. I think
He's
you're
a strong
fine.
guy.
Yeah, he's pretty strong. All right, you walk out the store. He says nothing as you said. Right after you said, "We'll be back."
All right. And I'll catch up with the group.
What you got there?
20 javelins.
That's a lot of javelins.
Yeah, I kind of learned my lesson. The last time we find them goblins, they kept running away, and I caught a couple of them, but they're the slippery bastards. I just couldn't catch them all. So if they try and run away now, instead of throwing goblins at other goblins, I can throw javelins at goblins.
Huh.
I see your logic.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna keep
Maybe
all those?
excessive for me, but alright.
I'll just shove them in my goo somewhere. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So to the
Also,
end
you know
then?
that like the three of us can, do stuff from far away, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to just sit around with my goo in my hands. I want to, be a part of the team. Do something.
All right. I don't want to know what part of the goo you're talking about, but let's go.
So where we off to, boys? The inn?
Yep. To the end now, yep. To
Alright.
All right.
get a
Okey-dokey.
temporary base here.
All right. Then, as you guys try to recall Coach's instructions on how to get to the inn, who would like to lead the group?
Not me.
All right,
Is
I'll
there
do
like
it.
is there like a stat associated with it, or is it just?
Yeah. Survival.
I'll do it.
Oh,
All right.
okay then. Yeah, if you want to.
All right. In that case, Newt, go ahead and make me a survival check to see if you guys can navigate the wilderness that is the
Let's
city.
go.
And in your case,
Let's go.
hell yeah, you can. You're a bit of a book person. You know what You're pretty
Nice.
studious.
I used to be a pirate. I'm good at surviving.
Yeah, you're pretty
Oh
good.
yeah, you were a pirate.
Yeah. I wasn't always
I
a
forgot
bookworm.
about that.
All right. You know your way up around the wilds, quotation marks.
Yeah.
You recall the instructions given to you by Coach, and you lead the group successfully through the streets, down the auspicious alleyways, past the odd individual. Eventually, you find yourselves at an inn, which is likely the one that was told to you to go. As you approach the inn, there is a sign. It's called the Drunk Swallow.
I bet they do.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Oh.
You know, because they're drinking.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Notably, there's a symbol of a bird. Anyway,
What does a bird has to do with drinking? I don't get it.
the inn is pretty small. It doesn't look beat up. It also doesn't look pristine. It just looks like a typical building. If not for the sign, you might have mistaken it for just an average home in the area. You see the lights are on inside, so it's definitely open. Peering through one of the windows, you can see that it doesn't seem to be too busy. You see that there's, you think, one person in there, but it's hard to tell from the window. In terms of people outside, there's not many people. It's just commoners walking around. A few of them glance in your direction. You guys do stick out a little bit. And also, anyone who would be looking around, go ahead and make a perception.
Perception. I am not good at those. Oh, never mind. I am.
We're cooking today. Let's go.
You guys are approaching the small little inn. Newt and Inn. As you guys are, I'm assuming, about to enter or considering entering, you kind of look around and you guys see the commoners again. Everybody sees the commoners. But another noteworthy thing that you spot is kind of stood atop one of the roofs of the buildings nearby. You see that you count 7 birds, specifically ravens, you think. They all seem to be looking in your group's direction. Almost as if they're watching you attentively.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I will try to hide my face again with my jacket.
And wait, I might have missed it. Did you say these birds are inside or outside?
They're outside. You guys haven't entered
Oh,
yet.
okay.
You guys are about to enter.
I
But
see.
they're, yeah. But you guys spot them on top of one of the roofs. There's 7 of them just looking at you.
Are they ravens or something?
You think so? Ravens or crows, but judging from
Mhm.
from the information
I
you
mean,
have, it's a
Like
safe
pretty
assumption
birds.
to make
We're in
ravens.
Ravenspire.
The namesake kind of gives it away.
Yeah. I wonder what bird we'll find in Ravenspire.
Ravengarde.
Maybe a parrot.
Ravengarde. Shoot. You know what I meant. the Raven place.
Yeah, you know the Raven place with all the ravens with the guard
You
that look
know.
like ravens. That place.
Yeah, the guards look like ravens. Now I'm not gonna forget it.
All right.
All right, so I enter the inn.
Yep, same.
All right. You guys enter the inn. There is a little jingle as you guys enter. Now entering.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's a bit of a cozy place. You guys see right away there's a counter at the end of the room. You see there are some tables set up as well as some benches for people to sit. There is in fact nobody in the inn except for the one person at the end of the counter, who is likely the one who runs the place. You see a bit of an older male tiefling.
Oh,
Got a bit of a red-skinned tiefling, with kind of curved horns, and like a thick, bushy black beard, with the short black hair. You see him, he's kind of in the middle, he's like scratching his beard and he's kind of reading a book. And as you guys enter, and he notices you all, he will welcome you into the inn.
yeah.
So that- Oh, hello there.
Hello.
How can I help
Hello.
you?
Howdy.
Who would like a? I would like a room in this place. I don't know. These other people like individuals' rooms, but I would like a separate room.
What am I sharing?
Ah, we'll take a look at you all. Adventurers, you're all looking to rent tonight? Rent a room for the night?
Who said anything about being an
yes.
adventurer? I'm not
Yeah.
an adventurer.
Takes a look at you, eyebrow raise. Right. Well, perhaps you can fool some of the commoners out there, but you can't fool me. But don't fret.
We'll see about that.
I'm sure you're already well acquainted with how people interact or look at you. Fear not. I have little business here, and I have even little care for your occupation.
That's good. Well, I would like to get a little bit more familiar with this place. Do you know any specifically where the potion shop is? I heard vague rumors, but
Yes, I can give you some instructions. I believe the potion place you're looking for is, I think it's called the Raven's Alchemy.
Interesting.
good bit. How
Side
much is
note-
a room here and a meal?
Side note, this place really likes ravens as well.
Indeed.
How much is, what was that? Apologies.
Room and food.
Room and food. Well, the food, to be quite frank, isn't stellar, but if you need something in your stomach, I can help you with that. As for in-stay, we'll take a look at you guys. Say about 10 silver pieces a night.
Seems reasonable.
Can I do a mercantile check to see if that is reasonable?
Sure, go for it.
This innkeeper is one of those guys who's like, yeah, my baby is 14 months old instead of saying a year. 10 silver pieces. Bro, it's a gold.
Oh yeah.
How many people fit in the room?
Give me a moment, sorry. Damn it. And my notes are messed up. Sorry, just one thing at a time. Svipall, for starters, the mercantile check. It is a bit higher than what you were expecting, judging from the way that the place is set up, right? Like, this doesn't seem like the most extravagant of inns. It doesn't look awful, so it's not necessarily him trying to rip you off, but it is, you think, a little pricier than what you would perhaps hope for. And what did you ask him?
How many people fit in the room?
As you ask him that, well, I mean, it comes with a double bed, so if you guys want to share a bed, you can. If you want the space, then that's fine as well. I also understand that sometimes money is tight. So if somebody wants to sleep on the floor or something, that's fine by me. I would just say 3 people max in a room, preferably. After that, people tend to make a bit of a mess.
Alright. And about the price, it seems a little high. There a reason for that, or is just the market value current?
Well, it kind of just covers a lot of other things. Covers me cleanup of your rooms, as well as it. If you have any questions, for instance, I could point you in the right direction. And it also covers a cost that is essentially, how do I put it? A lot of people in the town are going to try and rip you off if you haven't already experienced that. I can help you find a place or two that is indifferent to your species and or occupation.
Okay, then that I can get on board with. Should have just been upfront about that. I do appreciate the extra services. So I will gladly pay for one room, and then I also tip them an extra silver.
Well, thank you very much. Pleasure doing business, and you'll see him kind of rummage behind his desk. You hear some jingling of some things, you think keys, and he'll pull out a key, he'll put it on the desk and hand it to you. You just go up the stairs over here to my right, your left, and you'll go down the hall. It'll be room 7.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then
Now this is my room. So I don't know what you all are going to do, but I take the key.
I'll probably buy a room. I'll get a room as well.
Alright. You'll see him kind of emerge at the back. He'll pull out a key, place it on the desk. You hand him the coin.
Yeah, I'll just give him a gold piece because I don't have any silver on me.
That's fine.
Cool. Yeah, I'll give him a gold.
Gold pieces, huh? Wealthy people here.
I wouldn't
Oh.
say that.
Even though it's just the exact same. It's just...
Yeah.
I'll hand you the key.
Thank you.
Same instructions, but your room is 6.
Understood.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And where are my manners? I have yet to introduce myself. The name is Zardos.
Pleasure.
Zardos.
Yeah.
And what of you two? I'll look to DaGoo and then
Ian, what's the plan? Do you want
On the share room?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright. Here's 5 silver pieces from me.
And here's 5 silver pieces from me.
As soon as I find here. Let me see.
very well. He'll go to the back. He'll place it down onto the counter. Same thing, but your guys' room will be number 8.
Cool.
Okay. So, do you all want to rest here first, or go and meet that fellow that the beggar was talking about?
It may be prudent, just as a note, in the future, if we're going anywhere where we would, well, get ripped off for being adventurers, we could leave our gear, save the essentials, here, if we think it's trustworthy. So that we are less recognizable.
I hear you.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm a 7-foot tall green slime monster with a human skull floating in his head. I don't think me leaving my scale mail here is gonna change anything. So yeah, I'll just wait outside anytime you guys go into a shop.
Alright.
Yes, and I'm perfectly fine carrying out my stuff, so that's something you wish to
Yeah,
do.
we
then
do stand out a bit.
No, it's just an idea.
all my stuff is hidden, so I don't really feel a need to hide it. But you do you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we only have a few hours until nightfall. Do we want to wait to meet the person? Or go now and probably do whatever they suggest us to do during night?
My vote is to go meet them now. Let's push the pace.
Sure.
I'm down.
Alright. Are the
Nice.
ravens looking into this room?
Make a perception check. Are you guys in your rooms right now?
I am.
No. I'm just wondering if they're just looking at us through the windows.
Oh,
One,
like the
okay.
current room that you're in, like the main
Yeah.
room. You don't see them.
Do birds have like really good hearing?
Excellent question.
Like, should we be whispering?
But we don't really have anything to hide, so
You guys are in the lobby right now talking, right?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Cool. Just double checking. All right. Because you guys are talking about
It
the
was
ravens,
empty, right?
Yeah. Well,
It was
minus
empty except for the guy.
Zardos. Yeah. So as you guys
Yeah,
are
so it's like,
talking
who cares?
in this quiet room about the ravens and whatnot, he'll overhear
Yeah.
you and he'll go, "Oh, well, if you're worried about the ravens, they don't particularly have good hearing.
Ooh.
If they've got an eye on you, then you're definitely adventurers. I wouldn't worry too much about that, lest you go around, breaking the law."
Yeah, we would never do that.
Yeah, heavens no.
Of course not.
Right. Well, it's not my business what you do. Um, but I wouldn't worry too much about the ravens, unless you're doing something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Completely unrelated. Is there somewhere where the ravens do not see very well?
Well, I don't really know myself if there's a specific place they can't see, but they won't barge into your room whilst you're sleeping, if that's something you're worried about. They don't really
Okay,
go into
that's something.
buildings. That's more of the guards.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Cool. Thanks, buddy.
Of course.
Alright.
Thank you for your aid. Are we
I would-
going to the beggar secret society?
Seems like it, yeah.
One moment. I would like to inspect my room. You can go ahead if you'd like, but I just want to go into my room, cast disguise self to make myself just a slightly taller elf with color swapped clothes, and just come back.
Alright.
Just so the ravens get a little confused. And also, we're meeting a new person, so I'm paranoid.
Alright.
So he says that, yeah, anyway. I'm sorry, I'm just overthinking it. Alright, let's go. After I do that.
What the hell are you?
He grows 1 inch and changes his clothes, and suddenly he's unrecognizable.
It's the same, it's me, Svipall. I just like to change appearances every once in a while, especially when meeting new people.
Oh,
So
I
when they
see.
identify us, they're like two slime folk, a tiefling, and then elf, and then it'll be wrong every time.
Okay. Alright.
Oh yeah, because he was a genasi.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. Woo!
Hold on, just give me a second. Just some clarification. Sorry, because I didn't write a note for this. Svipall, are you using alter self at the same time?
Yeah, I'm using disguise self and silent image on top of that.
Yeah, sorry, I meant silent image. What is the silent image doing specifically?
It's looking exactly like me. I also is doing other stuff that I whispered to you last week, but I'll message to you again.
Yeah, because I know you're disguising, but the alter self. Sorry, I keep saying alter self. I don't know why, but the silent image.
That's what I'm doing with silent image.
Gotcha.
Secrets.
Cool. And you're doing this every 10 minutes, I'm guessing?
Oh, it's an hour,
The silent image?
is it? Oh no, silent image is
No,
10
silent
minutes
is
yet,
10
and I'm doing it
minutes.
every 10 minutes on the 10 minutes.
Gotcha. Alright. So as you're feeling your concentration begin to fade and the spell waver, you're gonna speak some words and then just cast it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Sounds good. Alright, yeah, so I'm just gonna keep that concentration thing on you at all times.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
Alright. Just had to double check because I was like, what was my reasoning for doing that? Cool. I'll write that for myself. Alright. Cool. And you guys are now leaving the inn, and your destination is.
What was the name of the street? I wrote this down. Wait.
Something berry?
Mulberry.
Mulberry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mulberry Street, 15.
Alright. As you guys are leaving the inn, you guys spot a couple of commoners. As you guys are now leaving the inn, kind of talking amongst yourselves and planning to make your way over to Mulberry Street. You see that there's a couple of commoners outside. At this point, it's now starting. It's again, not much time has passed, but time is passing. So you can see that the sky is getting gradually darker, but it's not nighttime yet. You can see that a couple of commoners are talking amongst themselves and, walking the street. Nothing out of the ordinary here. However, there is one individual who sticks out from the commoners. They seem to be another adventurer of sorts, or at least somebody who's not a typical commoner, as this individual seems to be in armor, as well as kind of cloaked in a way. Like it's got a bunch of like vestments around them. And as this, you guys spot this individual from the corner of River here, right over there. You see that they're kind of passing. They're walking down the street, and at this point they'll stop and they'll look at you all. And then they'll kind of raise up their hand and they'll wave at you all and motion for you to kind of like stop for a second.
I'll stop.
You need to stop?
Sure, yeah, if everyone else is.
Okay.
As you guys stop, kind of look to each other, the individual will start to get closer. I'm being very vague with details because you guys don't see much of them. Again, you can see that there is armor for sure, and you can see that there is vestments of some kind. But as the figure approaches, they'll kind of call out to you, and they go, please. You all seem very interesting. Please, I must. She kind of stammers her words. Do you have a moment? And at this point, you guys can see, judging from the voice, as well as now she's closer, she seems to be a female. You can't tell the species. You don't really know what she is, but she's humanoid. You see that she's the vestments specifically are like grayish white in color, and you can see that her face, she's got a bit of like a peachish skin coloration, which is like the only skin that you see. But she could be a human, she could be an elf, like you're not really sure. And you can see that the top half of her face is blindfolded. You only see like the bridge of the nose, and that's about it. You don't even see her ears because they're covered in like wraps. And you can also see that there is a symbol kind of emblazoned onto the chest part of her armor. And for those of you who would like, make a religion check for me, please.
Sure.
Okay. What's religion?
No
Cool.
clue.
Well, thankfully the religious one of you succeeded. Svipall, being a well-educated man such as yourself, as well as somebody who's who knows a little bit about religion, just a little bit, you recognize this symbol, which I'll tell you guys what the symbol is, but none of you, literally none of you, except for Svipall, know what the hell it is. The symbol specifically is of a dagger, and it's finely wrapped in like threads, specifically red threads. Svipall, you recognize the symbol belonging to a god from the Grey Pantheon. The god is known as Basidia, who is the god of fate and truth. And with this information, as well as her kind of calling you over, she definitely doesn't seem like a very simple cleric. Like, she looks like she has battle experience, combat experience. And she waves you over. I'll have you, Svipall, go ahead and make a history check.
Sure. Oh, not as good as that. Oh,
That's
good roll.
sufficient.
Alright.
With that, with the information that you know about the god as well as just her appearance, there is a high likelihood that this is a high-ranking cleric from her church. She is likely some kind of fate teller, which is slightly distinct from a fortune teller. And you also know that these types of people will typically wave down individuals they find interesting to read their fates. So you have a sneaking suspicion that's probably what's happening right now, or what's going to happen. Do you do anything?
I'll step back, but I'll let them go forward.
All right. Everybody, you guys see her kind of approach you. See the symbol and you go, huh. You guys see Svipall is the only one among the four of you to immediately like step back and go, nope. You guys can, you could deal with that. But before you guys can even react, the lady will kind of get over there. There's no art. Imagination. But there's a token. She will kind of step forward. Please. You all seem very interesting. There's something, I can sense something from you all, and I just had to come and introduce myself. Please. I am a cleric of Osidia, a goddess of fate and truth. I'm a fate teller, and if you're interested, I would be very interested in offering you my service into reading your fates.
Is that like a paid service?
To say it's paid is not accurate. I am not explicitly seeking payment, but I would like a donation to my church after the service.
So it is paid.
But the payment is whatever you
yeah.
think is appropriate.
I believe we do have an appointment to make. And I point to a watch that I don't have. Indeed, right? For everyone?
I'm familiar with these guys. I remember one time they did a magic trick and stole my watch.
Oh no, please. Do not be. Do not misunderstand. I am no snake oil salesman or whatever that term is. I'm not trying to con you. I am simply. You see, it is in our dogma to read the fates of people to lead them into better futures.
That is something a common would say.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah. Are you trying to sense if she's being genuine?
Yeah.
Sure.
I
Go ahead
would
and
like
make.
to do one as well.
Sounds good. Go ahead and make an insight check. Oh yeah, she seems pretty genuine. It's a bit hard to tell because again, she's pretty hidden from her clothes. You can see that she's trying to keep calm, but she is at least slightly excited to offer you this service.
All right, I'm game. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Do you pinky swear that you're not gonna do anything weird?
Well, different people have different meanings of weird, but to me, I will not be doing anything bad weird to you or any of your companions here.
All right,
Very well.
sure. Let's see how this goes, I guess.
Well, allow me to first explain a couple of things so that you all aren't caught off guard. The service is very... the best word I can explain is it is a pretty intimate and secretive service. I would only be doing this one-on-one, and I would prefer that we are away from the prying ears of other people. Fate is a fickle thing, as you might expect. And as for the telling itself, I will not be explicitly telling you what your fate is, because if you know exactly your fate, then it ceases to be malleable. But I will see your fate, and I will offer some words that might help steer you into a better outcome. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Not one bit, but I'm down.
Well, I would love to offer this to you all, but I am not forcing any of you. So if any of you are interested, we'll just move over there. She'll kind of point.
I'm okay. I have all the luck I need, and then I point to my cufflinks with the symbol of Nidus. So I am in no need of fortunes told.
She'll spot that and go, "Oh, I see. A shame, then." And then
And I
she'll-
had weird reasons to get here, and I kind of don't understand those reasons. So maybe you can help me out here.
Very well. And she'll kind of look. What of you? How about we start with you? She'll point to Newt. Are you perhaps interested?
Sure.
Very well. And she will move over here. Go over there on the sidewalk. Please. I will call you over but I appreciate you being so willing to participate.
Well, I just wanted to make sure my buddy over here was okay, but I guess I'll just walk my ass backwards. Fine.
Like you can.
Alright. At this point, you guys can see that she kind of just sits down, and then something just catches her. Like, she sits down as if she knows there's a chair there, and you expect for a second for her to fall down, but no, something catches her. She's just sitting on air right now. And then she'll kind of cross her legs, and she'll pull out from within her vestment. She'll pull out a deck of cards, and then she'll get to kind of shuffle it, and then she'll motion for you to. She'll motion to you, Newt, as if to say, like, "Please sit down." Do you sit, Newt? Oh. I think Discord just died. Alright. Oh, are we back?
Okay,
Yeah.
I can hear
Oh,
you
that
now.
was really weird. Okay, cool. So how much did you hear me?
I heard that she sits down and something catches her, and then I heard nothing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you missed all the other
Just
cool
copy.
things. Alright.
Yep.
Cool. I'll just repeat that. Sorry, chat. You see, she kind of leans back to sit, and for a second you think she's gonna just fall, but then something captures her, as if she just starts sitting on a chair, but there's no chair there. So she's just sitting on air. And then she'll cross her legs and she'll pull from her vestments a deck of cards, which she begins to shuffle. And then she'll motion for you, Newt, to take a seat.
Yeah, I'll sit down.
Right? You sit down, there's nothing there. But something's there. You sit down on nothing. And as she's going to start reading your fates, I will ask, those of you in the back, are you guys doing anything right now? Or do you want to do anything while this is happening?
I'm just looking at it.
Yeah, I don't think there's much to be done, so just sit around.
Where are we exactly? Like just the street?
Yeah. You guys are literally just outside the inn.
Oh, we just stepped out of the inn?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You guys already stepped out of the inn. And you guys are like, alright, let's get going. And then you guys saw this armored individual just show up and then see you and then immediately tell you to stop moving and come over. That's it.
Did she say
Okay.
what her name was?
Nope.
Were there like chairs in the inn? Like in the lobby?
There were benches.
Okay, then I'm just gonna. I want to go back into the inn. There seems to be a chair. It seems to be better than just standing in the street. So, call me when you're done with this, whatever it is. And I sit in a bench in the inn.
Alright. And you two are just gonna stand and watch?
Yep.
Yep.
Good.
Curious.
I will ask you guys now, everyone besides Newt. This is up to you. But if you want to deafen, feel free to do so, and I'll tell you when to undeafen if you don't want to know what's being told.
I definitely want to know.
Otherwise, you can hear it, but obviously RP, you're not hearing anything. You don't know what the hell is going on.
Alright.
Alright, up to you.
I'll just deafen.
Alright. Alright, but for Newt, you'll see that as she's shuffling, she'll kind of place the cards on the table, just shuffle the cards around in various different ways. She seems to know how to handle cards pretty well. And as she's finished shuffling, she'll then place the deck to her right, your left. And she'll kind of move her hand over the top of the deck and think for a second. And then she will go, first, proof of my status. Your birth. I see the twins. You were born on Griva, the month of Griva, were you not?
Sorry, out of character. Yes? I don't remember which month. I'm
Yes,
so
it's
sorry.
your birthdays are on your notes.
Yeah, I was just pulling
Yeah,
it up.
yeah.
Okay, I was
You're
too slow to
good.
pull it up. Yes,
You're
okay,
good.
sorry.
No worries.
Yes, that's correct.
Very well then. But it seems the deck is attuned. But as a further proof, feel free to cut the deck if you so choose.
Very well. I'll cut the deck.
We'll take the top half, or however much you want. You take a number of cards, you separate the piles, place the other half on top of the one you took. The deck is cut. And then she will wave over the deck. You'll see that her mouth moves as if muttering something. You don't hear any words come out. And then she will go, And she will move a card. And then another card. I see two fates before you. But only one can be told today. Please, choose the card that speaks to you. And when you have chosen, simply flip the card to reveal it. Newt, would you like to pick the left card or the right card? But before you choose, go ahead and roll me a D100, please.
Oh my god. Okay.
Like that. Square brackets. Or you can just do that one.
Yeah.
I forgot I actually did a thing. Alright. Cool. Nothing happens. Pick a card, left or right.
Left.
Alright. You flip it over?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You flip the card over, and you can see emblazoned on the card are scales. Justice. And as she kind of moves her hand over the other card that was not chosen and kind of pulls it back. Yes, I see. And then she will look at you. Keep the following words in mind, for it may help a fate that soon approaches you. Help the hunted, so that your hunter is slain. And then she will pull the card back and add both back to the deck. You might want to write that down somewhere, Newt.
Oh, like I'm not writing down everything all the time.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
Sorry, I've been writing down the past.
Sounds good.
Everything forever. Yes.
And as she finishes, she will then look at you. I wish you the best. You can see she gives you a warm smile.
Thank you. She wanted money, right?
She just looks at you.
No,
She said she won't ask explicitly for money, but all that she would expect is a donation to her church, whatever you think is appropriate.
I don't know what's a respectful amount of money. I'm
Whatever
a scholarship student.
you
I
wanna
don't
do.
know the value of money.
However much you want to give.
Can I just give her like 5 silver pieces?
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of like the same way that I just did, where I'm like, oh yeah, and she wanted money, and I'll just kind of like ruffle around to find some money, and I'll give her.
Thank you for your donation.
Yes, thank you.
Do you get up, start to get leaving, Newt, or?
Yeah.
All right. Do so. She will then look. She will motion over to DaGoo, who was so eager to join earlier. DaGoo? Oh, is
He's
he
muted.
deafened? Oh, he's
Yeah.
deafened.
Oh, definitely yes. And muted.
All right.
You see Newt start to kind of make her way back, and then she will motion for you to approach DaGoo. Alright, to do, she will then motion over to nothing and say, "Please take a seat." You see her standing on nothing.
Yay. Listen, I got bad news for you. If you're gonna read my palms, I don't have any to read, but I'll sit down.
Right. You sit down on the air. There's nothing there. You don't know what catches you, but something does. And as you do so, she will then kind of smile and say, "Oh, we will not be doing palm readings or anything of the such. You need not worry about that." You see her with a deck of cards floating on nothing, You'll see her kind of start shuffling the deck of cards, and then place it onto her right, your left. She will kind of move her hands on top of the cards, and then she will hear her. You will see her mouth moving, but no words are coming out. And then she will say, "A proof of my god's power. I see twins. Interesting. You were born in the month of Riva, were you not?"
Yep. The 18th.
Mm-hmm. It seems you share a birthday with the one that came before you just now.
Unfortunately, yes.
Very well. And then as she kind of moves her hand off of the deck of cards, she will then look at you. But as a further proof of this fate's telling, please feel free to cut the deck if you so choose.
Sure, and I'll take the top card off the deck and put it on the bottom, and that will be my cut.
Very well. And then she will, after a delay, take the top card, place it down. And then another one. I see two fates before you, but only one will be told to you today. Please, choose the card that speaks to you, and flip it when you have chosen. Go ahead and roll me a D100, please. DaGoo.
Okay.
Alright. Which card would you like to choose, the left one or the right one?
Let's go with the right.
Alright. So you flip it over?
Yep.
Alright. As you flip the card over, there is... Hold up. As you flip the card over, you see what looks to be an angel like being, like a celestial with wings and a halo atop its head. And you see the word temperance. She puts her hand over the card that was not chosen. She'll pull it back, and as she does so, she will say, "Keep the following words in mind. It might help you in a coming fate. Seek the ill, but conscious, and you will find your purpose."
You know, I'm pretty sick myself, so I guess that's good advice. Do I get to see the other card? You mind just showing it to me real quick? I promise I won't tell.
I'm afraid I cannot,
Whatever.
she says
Alright.
as she pulls back the other card. Adds both of them to the deck.
Well, thanks, I guess. I'll be sure to keep the ill in mind.
A donation, if you would. As you're getting ready to leave. Do you do anything?
You want a tip? Get a real job. I'll keep the ill in mind. How much is that worth to me? You know what? Man, how much money do I have? You know, I'll give her 10 gold pieces. Why not?
God damn.
See?
10. Subtract. That is 20. Please do not take 20 from me. 10. There we go.
Alright. You put down the 10 gold piece and she goes, "Oh, mighty generous donation. Are you sure you would like to give this much?
Yeah, I mean, I was walking away and you asked for something, so I gave it to you. Now you're saying, do you sure you want to give me something? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Very well. Appreciate the donation. I wish you the best.
I wish you the best as well.
In you're not deafened, so I'm just gonna tell you. She then motions for you to approach.
All right. I will weirdly look for the invisible chair.
Start kind of moving your hands around, trying to
Yep.
feel for something, and you hit something solid, but there's nothing there. What the hell?
All right. I'll sit. Is there like a what's it called? A back of the chair, or is it like a stool?
There's a back of the chair.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, you got a backrest. Don't worry. This is a very comfy, invisible chair. That you don't know when it was put here, but it was put here. Also, it doesn't really move, which is weird. All right. As you sit down, she'll greet you, kind of nod.
Hi.
Hello. She will begin to kind of shuffle the cards, and she will place the card. She'll place the deck of cards down, and then she will kind of move her hand on top of the deck. Her mouth moves, but you hear no words. And then, Insane, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Ooh, okie dokie. Perception. 18.
All right. As you see her mouth kind of moving, you notice that even though the top half of her face is covered and kind of, I wouldn't say bandaged, it's blindfolded, right? But it's it's like a cloth that's been completely wrapped around the top half of her head. Even though it's covered and you don't see eyebrows or eyes, you see that her eyes must have done like an exaggerated feature of some kind, as you see the blindfold moves, but her head didn't move. So she did something with her eyes.
Okay.
As if she's trying to hide it, but it's as if she almost was taken aback. Whether that's fear, surprise, you're not sure, but there was an exaggerated expression there, but only her eyes did it.
All right.
And in that quick moment that you notice that, then you will hear her then go, a show of faith, proof that this fate's telling is true. Your birth.
You okay, buddy?
She looks a bit confused. I don't see. There is no month.
Yeah, I was never born.
See a hanged man?
You see what?
Perhaps that is just an odd fault, an odd mistake, but I assure you this fate telling is true. I assure you. Please forget I said anything. Let's carry on to the actual fate telling.
Yeah. No problem.
And you'll see that she'll kind of she'll take the top card and place it face down. And then she'll take another one and place it down. I do see two fates, but only one can be told to you today. Please, choose the one that speaks to you, and flip it when you have chosen. Go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
Yes, sir. D100. 62.
Which card would you like to choose, the left or the right one?
I will reach for the left one, and I start pulling, and I'll push it and pick the right one.
Okay. So you're picking the right one then, right?
Yeah.
All right. You flip over the right one, and you see emblazoned on it very clearly is a sun. And sure enough, the word sun is written underneath it. Sun is an S-U-N, by the way, just for clarity. Yeah. She will then put her hand over the other card and begin pulling it back. And she will say, please keep the following words in mind. The wild cannot be tamed, but you can soothe it.
Okay.
At this point, she'll then start pulling back the sun card and adding both to the pile. As she puts the two cards back to the pile, however, this is. Go ahead. Go ahead and make me an acrobatics check, please.
Okay. Skill check. Acrobatics. 6.
Okay. As she adds both of the cards back to the deck, you see her hand kind of twitch exaggeratedly, and in that quick moment, you feel that the thing that was keeping you afloat instantly vanishes, and there is no longer a chair beneath you, as you very quickly just fall to the ground.
Ow.
I see another, but I don't at the same time. She will then turn and look to you on the ground, probably rubbing your butt at this point, a bit annoyed. She'll look down at you because you're on the ground, and you see that she is frowning at this point. There is another fate. And you'll see. I'm going to stop the music. It's a bit too cheery.
So what?
The music's a bit too cheerful right now.
No.
She is very serious right now, as she's frowning down and looking at you. Frowning, looking down at you. She will go, there is another fate. I can feel it. I am already marked. You. There is another fate soon approaching. One that even my God has little control over. And at this point, you'll see the deck of cards. She'll kind of pull the deck of cards back and kind of almost toss them to the side. And as she does so, the cards kind of dissipate, kind of turn to dust and vanish. And you'll see that she stands up, kind of looking down at you on the ground. And then she will say, "Listen well. My time is little. A calamity stirs into Voria. It is insatiable. It is true terror. I have seen it, and it has stared back at me. It will soon come out of hiding, and when it does, there will be nothing left in its wake. You can kill it, but not alone. For all our sakes, be the hope that everyone needs. You will know when it is time. Time to take the mantle of man who is hung." And as she does so, as she says those words, she will then kind of turn in this direction. And she will start to quickly start running. And as she begins to run, you have a moment to react. What would you like to do? Is there anything you would like to do? I guess I should ask.
I guess I will toss like 2 silver coins at her. Your donation!
He'll toss the 2 coins, but she does not stop.
Oh.
And she will just run away.
Do the coins just fall on the ground?
They do.
I'll pick them back up.
But,
That was
she's gone.
That was very weird.
All right.
And I've seen some weird shit before.
All right.
Just
DaGoo and Newt, you saw her just kind of stand up. Insane fell. She said some shit to him, and then just started running away.
what happened?
She said something about being hanged, or
Dang.
I don't know. She didn't say much.
How gruesome.
Yeah, she said that I will kill something bad. No pressure, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And then she bolted. Didn't even take the coin.
Strange. What a strange person.
Very.
Indeed, that's why I didn't have anything to do with her.
I was skeptical, but she did say a couple words that I don't think anybody else knew about. She said the hangman.
What does that mean?
Well, you see, back at school, I met this, I guess was a ghost, a spirit of the guy that founded the school. And he gave me something. It wasn't something physical. It was like, I don't know how to explain, but he called it the hangman. And just, 3 other people know about this. So that was weird.
Well, that was certainly very strange. Perhaps we should keep going, I suppose.
Yeah.
What time of day is it?
It's like late afternoon. It's not nighttime yet, but it's getting there. Still have a couple of hours, but not too much.
You think we might have signed up for something more than we know about?
I hope so.
You hope so?
Well, it'll make a good story, if nothing else.
Yeah. I just hope we come back alive.
Yeah, well, of course. Of course.
Yeah, she also said something about calamity that will destroy everything in its wake. So that's kind of spooky.
Now we're talking.
Something
I'm going to choose to ignore what you just said. And I'm just going to keep walking. So, to that place the beggar was speaking of?
Mulberry.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So you guys start to make your way over to Mulberry Street, looking around at the
Yep.
signs, trying to navigate to the place that you were told. As you guys are starting to do that, let's take a quick, 5-minute break.
Sure.
So use the bathroom, refill your water, talk amongst yourselves during break afterwards. I don't know, up to you guys. But we'll be back.
Okay.
We are back. So, you guys are heading over to Mulberry Street, correct?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okey-doke. I'm just gonna move you guys just to be like, wow, look, new place. Yeah. All right. So as you guys take the next bit of time navigating through the streets of Ravengarde, remembering the instructions, or they weren't really instructions per se, but just like a beggar just kind of pointed you in the direction and said Mulberry Street. But you guys managed to make do with that. You looked around at the various streets, and after some time, you eventually found Mulberry Street. And as you walk down the street, looking for the particular location, does anybody remember the particular location? The number, perhaps?
15.
Okay, alright.
Got you.
As you guys are going down the street looking for specifically number 15 on Mulberry Street, you guys look around. The number of commoners walking around have become far fewer. You only see like one walking by, talking to another one. They kind of take a look at you, but they don't pay too much mind to you all. Outside of that, you don't really see any other people on the streets. And looking at the houses, you can see that the street, for the most part, looks pretty abandoned. Some of the homes look vacant. You can see that there is some notable damage. You can see one of the buildings seems to be under construction or renovation. You're not quite sure. And eventually, you come to number 15, the 15th house on the street, which at first glance you can see is boarded up and pretty destroyed. You think there used to be a second floor to the house. Not anymore. Whatever caused the damage, it happened a long while back and it has not been recovered. And from the looks of things from this house as well as the rest of the street, you don't think there's going to be any attempts to fix the house anytime soon. You also see at this point, as you guys are kind of walking by, you notice that there are some other beggars, but they're not really begging. It's just, I guess calling them beggars wouldn't even be appropriate. But it's like you see some homeless people, essentially, who seem to be kind of clustered around each other, with most of their belongings in like one little like bag, but it's really just like a large kind of blanket or rug that's kind of been it's kind of just folded together to hold up all their belongings. You see some of these individuals kind of sat down on the side of the street, just kind of sleeping, you think? Hard to tell. And as you approach the number 15, you see that the door for the building is missing. There's no door, and you can see that there is a light flickering from inside of the torn house, which doesn't have a roof, by the way. It's really pretty abandoned. There's just like some windows, and they're all boarded up. Like it's but yeah, you see like some lights flickering from within the building. So there's maybe people in there. Not quite sure. What do you guys do?
Well, suppose we should go inside?
Yes.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
volunteer for first.
Oh, after you.
No. After insane.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. As in, you are the first one to enter. The rest of you follow behind, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
As you all enter, you were the first one to spot, entering the destroyed home. You see the source of the light. It seems to be like a little campfire. It seems to be like a campfire of some sorts that's been lit up. That's the source of the light. And you see there looks to be 3 individuals in pretty rough condition, kind of cluttered around the fire, getting warmth from it. And you can see that there's likely their belongings nearby. These seem to be more homeless people who are seeking shelter here. You see that one of them is an elf, and you see that the other 2 seem to be gnomes. The elf takes a look at you, and he'll kind of speak up. What do you want?
Sorry to barge in. We're looking for the conspiracy man.
I could spit. Are you all inside at this point, I take it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. You guys are all kind of cool. Just making sure.
We heard from this guy on the street that he would be here.
What kind of
No, I think he was
To each
telling us
other.
to come here to get information on the conspiracy man.
Or that, yeah.
one of the gnomes will speak up? One of the guys told you? Who told
Yeah,
you to come here?
Yeah, the beggar that's right near the main, like just after you come in the main gate.
They'll kind of look to each other. Oh. They'll look back at you all. The elf will be like, you guys aren't here to hurt us, right?
Oh, no.
No.
Nope.
They'll look to each other. Go ahead and you guys would like make a persuasion check.
Oh,
They
yes,
seem
sir.
on edge with you guys.
I assure you, we mean no harm.
Meanwhile, DaGoo is standing there
The
menacingly.
goo might mean some harm.
I didn't say yes or no.
It's not lie if you don't say anything.
Indeed.
They'll look to each other. And you'll start kind of whispering to each other, and then you'll hear one of them. They're trying to be quiet about it, but you guys can hear them pretty well. There's nothing really going on, and there's no sound to muffle their whispering, except for like the crackles of the flame. You hear one of the gnomes kind of just tell the other two, just bring them. Listen, I don't want to risk getting hurt, and it's fine. The elf will look at you all. Yeah, what? All right. He'll kind of get up. You guys can see that he's in pretty rough shape. They're all pretty dirty. Doesn't look like they've showered for a while. There is a pretty pungent smell in the air that they're giving off, but it's not like enough to vomit. But it's it's pretty bad. He kind of looks at you. Come on.
All right.
He'll start
And
to
as I
kind of-
pass them, I will cast Thaumaturgy on all three of them to clean them. No, wait. No, that's not
Prestidigitation?
Thaumaturgy, right? Oh, yeah,
Prestidigitation.
shit. Damn it, I don't have that.
You're gonna you're just gonna say it in a very loud voice, clean.
No.
All right. The elf will kind of move to the back. You guys are following him, I take it?
Yes.
Yeah.
As you follow him to the back, he'll stop at a hatch door that's like in the ground, and he'll kind of grab a hold of it. He'll open it up. Come on, I'll show you where he is.
Thank you, my kind sir.
And he'll go down. There's a ladder that descends down underground, and he'll go down. Assuming you're all following him.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys follow him, you notice that the ladder seems to lead into like a buried basement. Most of it is kind of it's been kind of caved in. There's not really much anything here. There's like some crates, but it seems like the crates, whatever was in them, has already been looted. And you see that there seems to be like a man-made tunnel that's been dug into one of the walls that kind of continues to go further down. And as the elf kind of just continues on down there, it is dark. But actually, you all have dark vision. Never mind. Who cares? And he's not gonna light it. You think he has torches? He's gonna lead you guys down there. You know the elf with dark vision. He's gonna lead you guys down, and you guys will end up in what you are pretty quick to ascertain. It's the sewers. The tunnel leads into the sewer system of Ravengarde. You can see that there's a bunch of sewage that's kind of just going down the central path, and that's there are like little sidewalks on. I say the term sidewalks loosely here. Well, it is a place you could walk on the sides for sure. And he'll kind of just start navigating through the sewers. He'll look back every once in a while to make sure you guys are following, but he doesn't really make too much of an effort. He's just like, yeah, just follow along. And as he kind of follows through the winding tunnels, eventually he will lead you guys to a wall. To a wall of the sewer system that seems to be covered with some tarps. And as he stops there, the beggar will he'll lift up some of the tarps to reveal a small camp. It looks like a small makeshift room built into the side of the sewer walls, with tarps placed on every wall of this room. The floor, though still pretty dirty, has been swept up with a nearby broom. Small crates can be seen in the corners of the room, and a large rug has been placed in the middle of the room. And as the elf will kind of motion for you all to get in. Here we are.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
And I will give him 5 gold pieces and a ration.
Oh my, thank you.
Told you, we mean no harm.
That's
buddy.
really kind of you. He'll kind of
Maybe share with your buddies up there.
nod. Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Persuasion. 26.
He'll look at Svipall and DaGoo, who are very menacingly. Look to your kindness and go, yep. I'll make sure I don't want to anger you. Thank you. You see his mood somewhat lifted. He'll nod, and he'll start returning back where he came from.
All right, I'll go inside the tarped room.
Yeah, same.
We'll enter. Now into the room, you can see a door that has been built into one of the walls. Clearly not originating from the sewers. It's clearly been built into the walls intentionally to remain there for quite some time. Which means somebody's come down here and literally renovated this one little room of a sewer system. The door, notably, is like a dark brown color. Like it's made out of wood, and you can see there's a single large symbol that has been inscribed onto it, which is a bronze question mark.
Yep, makes sense.
Is there anybody else in the room?
Nope. There's nobody in the room.
What else is in the room?
There's a
Like-
broom, there's the rug on the floor, there's the tarps on the walls, and there are some crates. All of which are closed.
I will knock on the door.
Oh,
Alright. In. As you knock at the door, before you can even finish like the knocking, the moment you hit the door twice to knock, it immediately opens. And as it does, you see a very disheveled man in robes staring at you no more than like 5-10 feet away. And then before the door even finishes fully opening, he immediately starts speaking. He goes, "I've been expecting you, strangers! Please, come in!"
All right.
Yep, that's exactly what I was expecting. And I walk in.
He quickly hurries into the room. And I guess as you guys start to follow him,
Yeah.
you'll see that the stone and brick walls of the room are almost completely plastered by parchments and paper and things of that nature. On the floor all around you and just away from where you step are hundreds, if not thousands, of papers, each filled with the various scribbles and illustrations. See the strange man shift around the room, moving piles of papers off of small stools before moving those stools to the center of the room, directly in the center. And he does this until there are 4 stools, at which point he then stands with a grin on his face. One of the few things you can see, because again, he's like a robed, very disheveled man. And then he'll motion for you all to sit. Sit! Please, you must be exhausted.
I'll take a seat.
Yep. Not exhausted, but yeah, I'll take a seat. Hello.
I'll stand behind the seat.
I'll
I
sit down.
take it you're the conspiracy man?
Yes, I could be whatever you want me to be. This conspiracy man, the crazy beggar, the whatever the hell, I don't care. Names are irrelevant. They're irrelevant. Now,
Okay, Pepe.
he'll kind of look at Svipall. Please, I insist. Please sit.
Come on, sit down, man. Don't be rude.
Okay. Can I make it look like I sit in the chair, but
Sit
I'm
in the chair, man. Just sit down.
I don't trust a guy called the conspiracy man.
Listen, bro, we came to him, you know, like you can just take a seat.
You really think he can do anything against us? Come on, man. Look at the guy.
Come on, man.
Svipall, are you gonna let me know what you want to do? But are you gonna be like trying to like look like you're sitting, but you're really like levitating off the thing, or like you're lifting it?
Yeah, basically what I want to do is make the illusion look like I'm sitting, but I'm gonna hide underneath the chair.
I guess you can hide underneath the chair, huh? Can you?
Yep.
Shh.
Sitting might have been easier, but sure.
Sure, go ahead and make me.
Elf?
Yes. The DC is going to be quite high for this, just so you know.
Okay, I have advantage on stealth. 22.
You have
And I'll add an
advantage
influence.
from how? Exactly?
From Blessing of the Trickster.
I'm not. Hold up. Give me a second. This might not be relevant, but I'm noticing it's not even on your character token, so now I'm like, what's
Yeah, I saw
going
it wasn't
on
there, but...
Yeah, I forgot to give that to you. Whoops. My bad. I will give that to you next time. You'll have that next time.
Okay, cool, no worries. And I also want to add a d4 to that influence.
Sounds good.
So 25.
Give me a second. Let me take that off of your...
A crazy play. So much effort.
Yep.
I'm just He thinks he's paranoid? I'm paranoid. I don't know if there's a poison nail on the chair or something, or like...
Yeah, you think the conspiracy man's the crazy one? Nah.
It's Svipall.
Svipall.
All right. As you see the conspiracy man, as you all see him kind of be like, please, I insist. Svipall kind of is like, and he kind of like, as he kind of groans, kind of slips in a couple of words in there, very subtly, as to cast a spell. And then Svipall, you hide underneath the chair. All right. Now I'm sure you have some. Now I'm sure you have a good reason to want to meet with me, and you're not bloodthirsty enough if some beggars showed you the way. So. And he'll just look to you all.
Yes, we were hoping that you might have some information on Idiom Flower.
Idiom Flower?
Yes.
You see him kind of pace around the room a little bit, kind of around you guys. Then he'll stop, look at you all. Yeah, I can help you with that, but the question is, can you help me with something else? Or before even that, can you help me at all? See, I've met a lot of people who've called me mad or something my wisdom, but a few have been able to understand me, truly understand. Few are invulnerable to ignorance. The question is, are you invulnerable, or are you all just some more disappointments here to waste my time or to threaten my life? See, I am open to helping anyone who is not ignorant to the truths of this world. So, if we are to continue having a proper conversation, and you now know I have something that can help you, and if we are to form a bond, I need to know that you're worth it. It's a simple thing though, don't worry. You just need to answer at least one of my 3 questions for you with the correct answer. And if you do, we can start being friends. If you don't,
Is that like
I'll have to ask you to please leave.
is that like some kind of riddle kind of questions?
No, no, no. It's simply 3 questions, and you just need to give me an answer, and I'll tell you if it's right. Actually, no, I won't tell you if it's right or wrong. I'll just ask you the next question, and then after I've asked you all the 3 questions, if you answered at least one of them right, we could be friends, and I can help you out, and you can help me out, you know?
That seems fair.
All of us give different answers, and one of us gets it right. Is that considered correct?
Yes. If one of you is worthy, then that means you're all worthy in my eyes.
Cool.
Very kind.
Hit me. Well, no, don't hit me. Give me the question.
Oh, I'm not violence, don't worry. You'll see him kind of pace around the room as he's like very nervously scratching at himself. Right. First question. And he'll look to you all and he'll stop. What is one of the numbers?
1.
He'll look to the
What
rest
is-
of you.
One of the numbers. Should we all give slightly different answers just in case?
Yep, I already
Yeah,
gave mine.
yes, I believe
1.
so.
Well, 1 is the first of the numbers.
Ian already said 1.
And the
Yes,
loneliest one.
and I'm saying the first
Oh, I see.
or the second, depending on how you count. But let's go with the first.
He'll look at Newt and then look to the other 2 who have not answered yet.
3.
And he'll turn to
The letter N.
and then he'll start
Notebook
walking
guy.
around. He'll walk around, and then he'll turn. Second question: what is currently the scariest thing in Deborah?
What is correctly the scariest thing in Deborah?
Currently, the scariest thing in
Currently.
Deborah.
Thank you.
I'll look to you all.
There's a bunch of scary things here.
I would say the general economic state of this place is
Oh, shut
rather
up.
frightening.
Society. I'm kidding.
Ouroboros?
What did you say, Svipall?
Ouroboros?
All right. We'll look to the other 3 who have not yet answered.
Currently,
The people who control the ravens.
I would say the same.
You sure you don't want to give a different answer? It'll
I
give you the
have a
higher
different
chances.
I will. Give me a moment to think on it.
We'll look to-
whatever is that woman was scared of that just talked to us. Sounded pretty bad.
Well, yes.
You'll have to be more specific, my friend. Or stranger.
The calamity?
I would say,
We'll look to Newt.
the scariest thing in Deborah seems to be kind of, each other. Everyone seems to be afraid and wary and distrusting.
Start continuing to walk around you guys. Third and final question. And he'll stop. We'll look to you all. What is the color?
The color?
Mhm.
Yellow's definitely a color.
Blue.
I would say if color had a color, it would be yellow.
We'll look to everyone but Insane. What did you say, Newt?
Blue.
Alright. We'll turn to DaGoo and Svipall.
It's not to you, the DM. I wouldn't know to say the color purple, right?
Negative, but you could see a color.
Yeah, but I don't think that Svipall would. All right. The color. Red.
All right, we'll turn to DaGoo.
Slime green.
We'll pace around the room. A shame, really. Please leave.
Wait, oh, hold on a second. We answered really good, man.
No, I'm afraid you did not. For not a single question was given a single right answer. 2 had one right answer, 1 had multiple. Nevertheless, not a single right answer was given. A shame, really. I so was hoping for some more people to speak with.
I think the game's rigged.
Well, what would you have
I
said?
demand a rematch. Please? Come on, man, we can help you. You just gotta, help me help you.
Make a persuasion check, Ian.
Yes.
Can I help him? Oh, never mind. Doesn't need it.
He ate that.
How many people
Okay,
can
yeah.
understand you, man? Like, we can understand you. We're gonna be on
Yeah.
the same wavelength, man.
So paranoid. How's anybody supposed to understand you?
What to do? What to do?
Maybe you could help us to understand a little bit, and we could try again.
Fine, fine. You've convinced me. I will give you all one more chance. Perhaps, who knows, I was the one who rushed things. Please, I will ask you the questions again, and only again once more. Please, take the time and think about it. Please.
Okay.
The only
Yeah.
thing worse than a disappointment is a disappointment who's disappointed twice.
So true.
And he'll start walking around. I'll ask again. What is one of the numbers? And he'll look
Gabe,
to
can
you
I-
all.
Can I roll an intelligence check to see if Newt might be able to think of something that I can't?
Tell you what. If you're scrambling your brain, go ahead and make me a. Let me check something real quick.
Would
ahead.
using my regalia help?
I'm not telling you if it would help, but you could do it if you'd like.
I'll do it. Yes.
And for Newt, you can make an investigation check.
Sure. I'm not very good
Doing
at
it.
that. Oh, let's go.
All right. In. Or all of you, I guess. Oh boy. All right, give me a second.
I'll
There's,
concentrate really hard.
Yeah, this is a big one. Hold up. Oh fuck.
Oh god.
We're in danger.
Yeah, why did you do that, bro?
God, this is one of the things that I love about D&D. This is why I prep like crazy, because sometimes shit happens and I'm like, I didn't think this was gonna happen, or I didn't even think this would happen, but here we are. All right. Actually, we're not gonna do in first. We're gonna start with Newt first. Newt.
Mhm.
As you are kind of scrambling, trying to rack your brain behind what the hell is this guy talking about? Numbers? What number? you almost start instinctively looking for answers, literally, and you start scanning the room. The room. You start scanning the room for anything that might be a number, maybe repetitive, anything. And as you're looking around the room, you do notice that among the scribbles, there are, you think, words, but it's hard to make out. All the words and the symbols are just random gibberish. Like, literally, some crazy guy just started scribbling down a bunch of random things on papers and started pasting them onto the walls and whatnot. But among them, you think you see some numbers, but again, it's hard to know if they're numbers. You just see some very small characters, whether they're like small words or numbers, you're not sure, but some small characters that are repeated multiple times throughout the room. However, you don't know what the hell it is. You can make a linguistics check if you would like to see if maybe you recognize the alphabet. Maybe it's just messy writing, you're not quite sure. But you do see some repeated characters, and they're small characters, so it could be a number, it could be like a word like the, you know. Unfortunately, you're not able to know what the language is. It literally just seems like scribbles to you. You think that might be something, but you're not quite sure. One thing I will say is the characters range between 1 to 3 characters, if that makes sense. So you see a lot of the same symbol individually pasted places. You see the same like 2 character symbol. Does that make sense? I'm not sure if I'm making sense.
So like let's say, like, abstractly, if we didn't know the meanings of like ABC, it'd be like I see A and then I see AB and then I see like AC, or like stuff like that, like the same character but repeated in different orders.
No, so assuming it's a different alphabet, because it probably is, you just don't know what it is. It's like the equivalent of seeing like A's everywhere. You see a lot of like this everywhere, and you see a lot of like that everywhere. That makes sense. Oh, sorry, actually, correction. You see that, and you see that, but not like that alphabet.
Not those letters.
It's just like random other symbols. That makes sense. But you see a lot of that. That is relevant for right now, by the way, because one of the things that happens with the regalia, specifically with gaining God's sight, is you understand all languages and messages, including ciphers and hidden messages. Oh boy.
Oh my god.
So, the rest of you guys see In's body immediately start to glow slightly as you see these like there's like tattoo like markings begin to appear all throughout In's body and begin to glow, and then In's eyes kind of change colors from like a glowing red as he closes his eyes, and as he opens and closes his eyes, they change colors into a bright violet color. At this point, you'll see the man immediately go, and he'll kind of drop to his knees. A prophet! You all will see that. Immediately, you start to make out the random gibberish scribbles and writings and sketches all throughout the room, all around you. You see so much things. Some of it still doesn't make quite sense to you, but there are some repeated things in the room that you do notice. Numbers wise, I will have you make an investigation check.
Can I help him by like pointing out like where I saw these like repeating characters?
Oh my god.
Sure.
Jesus Christ, never mind. You don't freaking need it.
I
You
am
might.
possessed.
You can still help.
Well, I mean, he crit, so I
oh,
don't
do you
think he
have-
can do any better than that.
Oh, you have a nat 20.
Yeah.
Also, you can't
I
help
just have a
somebody
negative
unless you have proficiency in that skill, Newt.
Oh, forgot.
Yeah, so you can't help investigation. But anyways, nat 20 investigate. Oh fuck! All right, how do I want to do this now?
I can smell colors.
Pick a number in. Fuck. You know what? You got a nat 20. I'll give you. I'll give you two of them. Pick a number from 1. Sorry, pick two numbers from 1 to 6.
4 and 6.
4 and 6. Okay. All right. Among the various scribbles and illustrations, you see some common things. Yeah, you see some common things. The first thing that you notice are numbers, and maybe that's because you're being asked what are the like give him one of the numbers. Maybe it's because of that, but your attention focuses on those, and you see a bunch of numbers, but there are some that almost kind of call out to you, almost as if your regalia is kind of making you look at them. And those two numbers is 4 and 22.
Okay. I will say that out loud. 4, 22.
You'll see him a little uncomfortably too excited.
Ask me another question. Quick.
Of course,
Within a minute.
of course, Prophet. What is currently the scariest thing in Devoria?
I will look at the papers.
Start to look at the papers. You'll see some things written down that says that the common theme that you see is he seems to have scribbled down some things on multiple sheets of paper that all basically point to there being something that lurks below Devoria, and it's asleep, but it's active. It's not really asleep, but it's laying low because it's growing. And soon it's gonna finish growing, and it's going to bring calamity. And there's even little notes that he says the end. Correction. Sorry, he doesn't say that. You see some notes that says nothingness is coming. And then you remember
Nothingness is slumbering.
and then you
It
remember
will soon arrive.
and then you remember the fate teller who mentioned something truly terrifying lurking in
The
Devoria.
calamity.
At this point, this guy is completely disinterested with anything besides him. Yeah. What is the color? I don't need to tell you what you see.
Right.
I see purple, violet.
At this point, he's now arms high, and he kind of just slowly brings them down as if to worship you. A
I will return
prophet.
back to normal.
Meanwhile, everyone
That
else just
was-
saw what the fuck.
I've never done that for so long. That was tiring. Whew.
What just happened?
What happened? I don't know, man.
Well, I would hope that you knew a little bit.
At this point, the guy is just on the ground, just kind of bowing. And
Are
as
you gonna help us now?
He slowly starts crawling over to you. Really creepy like. And then he raises his hood or his head.
I'll bring him back up. Like, come on, man.
And here I thought I would find some decent people. But to find not just two friends, but to find someone who not only understands the truth, but who lives in it, who revels in it, who has not just a piece in the greater scheme of things, but is one of the pieces. He looks to
I
you.
will whisper to Svipall since he's next to me. What's he talking about?
I'm in shock, and I shrug my shoulders. Or the illusion shrugs shoulders.
Also, at this point, I have to have you do it earlier. Insane, please roll me a very important D100. Lower numbers are best.
Boy.
Yep. This is where I die, guys. 39.
Okay. Move past that. Don't worry about that. Might be relevant, might not. Who knows? You'll find out, maybe.
Who knows?
At this point, the man, after saying that, will then kind of stand up. Well, thank you for thank you so graciously for entertaining one of my vices. I hope I can now and forever be open to assisting you all, friends. Right. Well, regarding the information you seek, I do indeed know a thing or two regarding that idiom fella, and I am more than willing, more than happy to divulge it with you. Should you, of course, barter an equally valuable bit of information, in simpler terms, complete a task for me, and I'll tell you everything you want to know.
All right. What do you need?
Right. You'll see him kind of start pacing around the room. At this point, is anybody looking at him or the room right now?
I'm looking at him.
Yeah, I'm looking at him.
I'm probably looking around.
All right.
DaGoo's napping.
You're napping, you said, DaGoo?
Yeah.
All right.
He's
starting
not
to doze
impressed.
off. All right. Newt, go ahead and make me. Yeah, go ahead, make me another investigation check. So before you were focused on looking for information, now you're kind of just looking around.
Okay.
All right. Cool. And DaGoo, you're starting to nap out. You're starting to nap, right?
Yep.
Cool. Go ahead and make me a Constitution save. Oh, sorry, Wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
All right. Saving throw, wisdom.
All right. Start to kind of doze off, DaGoo, and you feel like you're getting some weird visions, but you're kind of just like, yeah, whatever, dude. So let me go to sleep. Kind of just shrug them aside, unfazed. Newt, as for you, as you're looking around the room, you don't really see anything that sticks out, but the room does seem really odd. Just everything about it. Not to mention the dude
yeah.
whose room this is. But
Mhm.
as the guy kind of continues to walk around the room, right. Well, you see, there are these two locations, these two little secrets that I've been very interested in learning about. But unfortunately, I'm not a fighter, and I don't. I've been too preoccupied to pursue these secrets. But if you would feed me these secrets, I in turn will feed you the secrets that you desire on this Idiom Flower individual, who, might I add, is quite the interesting fella. Right, the two locations. You see, there's a tomb that is locked away deep within the sewers down here. Really deep far way in the back. I stumbled into it a few months back, and it's. Ooh, I must say, I'm very curious to see what's inside. It's very locked tight, and more notably, it is always guarded by not one, but two guards, and not just any guards. Raven-sworn guards, which means whatever is in there, the witches must not want others to know of. Oof, quite a secret. Ooh, how tantalizing, I must know. But if you do not wish to seek this, you can seek the other location. You simply need to feed me one of the two. It is up to you, my friends. The other one that I have been.
Sorry. Before you continue, can I elbow DaGoo awake so that he's paying attention? Because this is important.
Sure.
Okay, it's really quick. I didn't want to interrupt.
Hey, you're fine. Can I just nudge him?
Yeah.
Just pay attention.
Yeah, kill the Raven Snoring. Got it. Yeah.
All right.
The other place is a storage house, not too far away from here. Well, I guess we are a bit deep into the sewers, but I mean here as in 15 Mulberry Street, which I'm assuming you came from. There's a storage house not too far away from there, belonging to a noble woman, one of the witches here in Ravengarde. Her name is Euphenia Highmore. You see, within that little storage house of hers, there's a couple of rooms. There's some cool things in there, I guess, if you care about that. But if it's so easily to find, I care not for what's in that. That's for you to find if you care. But no, more important, more interesting of the bunch is one of the rooms found deepest below underground. These sly folks think they can hide it from me. No. But there's the room in the furthest down below. I've been unable to find out what's stored in there, but I have reason to believe that the contents of the room has something to do with her and several other nobles seemingly not aging. Best case scenario, there's something that I can use as blackmail against them. Worst case, you destroy whatever it is down there, if it's fragile or whatever, and they stop aging, which, quite frankly, though not as something I can use against them, well, they'll die sooner, so I suppose that's still a plus. But yes, either of the two, it's complete one of them, return back here and tell me what it is, and I will be, so ready to divulge that information with you. Does that seem fair, my friends?
Sure.
Yep.
If it has to be that way, those are the only two choices. Both involve messing with the witches.
Mm-hmm. Also, Svipall, or I guess Ahron.
Yeah.
Just a little heads up. You know the name that was spoken.
Mm-hmm. I had to double check.
Gotcha. Just making sure you caught on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, if there's anything you would like to ask, feel free to do so.
What do we have to ask?
For the second location, are the witches there, or is it just their warehouse?
Oh no. Well, sometimes they're there, but usually they're not. They try to keep it a little they tried to keep it low profile. They even put some magic on it to kind of, how do you say it's? They put some spells on the storage house to make it so that people are less aware of it being there. Of course, those types of spells have no effect on me. And now that I've told you, you know what to look for, so you won't turn your gaze away.
Ah,
Ooh.
it's a handy
Yeah.
trick.
But the witches should not be there. The guards, however, likely. But I'm sure, I'm sure that can be a problem fixed by you all. I'm quite sure. You'll see him
Yeah,
have
I
a
figured
big
that,
wide grin.
Hiding them would be unavoidable as soon as I get here.
At this point, he'll just
Yeah.
look at you all.
Well, it
Seems
seems
like-
we've got some errands to run. Yes?
Yep.
Indeed.
Yep. Thank you, sir. We'll be back as soon as we get something for you.
Of course, of
Um,
course. And
I
I must assure you, as a friend, this is no con. I have no fear for my life or to lie. I have no need to lie. I assure you that the troubles that you might go through will be well worth the risk. The information on Idiom, for whatever reason you might want it, is something that the witches of Ravengarde do not want others to know.
Interesting. Well, alright, guys, let's disrupt the status quo.
I'm gonna push DaGoo to wake him up. We're leaving.
before we leave, could you write down everything you know about the second location, like guard shift changes, patrols, any of that nature?
I'll look at you. Well, I could. But to be quite frank, I don't really care for those sorts of details. See, I have this gift. I don't kill. Violence is not my solution. But breaking the minds of the ignorant. You know. I don't keep track of the gods. I simply go where I please. And if one gets in my way, they'll forget all about me.
That's kind of scary.
Okay,
Trick.
indeed.
Only to those who are not my friends. Fear not.
Okay, alright.
Mm-hmm.
I will trust you on that. And anything else, guys?
Not that I can think of.
DM, for the wisdom saving throw that I did, do
Mhm.
I know where the source came from?
Negative.
Okay.
It wasn't by him, though.
Alright.
That's the only information that you would get. And mainly because other people were watching it.
Well,
So he didn't cast a spell or anything like that.
let's get out of here, folks. We got gods to kill.
Indeed.
As you guys are leaving, you will walk up to Svipall before you guys are starting to get going. He'll walk up to Svipall and he'll be like, "My friend, before you go, I must say, it is nice to see a obvious friend, but also ally in religion." And he'll kind of point to your cufflinks.
Ah, yes. Very, very fortunate.
Of course.
There's
You
something
don't.
so
And then-
funny
You don't.
about this interaction, and Svipall's voice is coming from underneath the chair.
It was, and now I got up.
Svipall, you don't think he's a worshipper of Nidus, but he is someone who would be an ally, which is not many, because who would be an ally with a god of luck and chaos?
I don't think he worships Nidus.
You don't think so, judging from the way he presents himself and a couple of other things. He's definitely a bit chaotic, but you don't think he's necessarily all about that.
Okay.
He is Nidus.
If you would like, you can make a religion check to see
Religion?
If you, yeah, you can make a religion check to see if you can have an idea of what god he might serve.
Sure, yeah.
There is no visible symbols that he carries with him to indicate what religion, but judging from what he just told you, you can probably maybe piece together. 14. Yeah, I mean, you can, sure. You can piece together that the god this dude probably serves is another god of chaos, but not the god of chaos. But
He's
specifically,
this weird smile thing, right?
yeah, he's likely serving Tekeliop, the god of madness, secrets, and ambition.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Who is from the Black Pantheon, so not against, murder,
I'll
torture.
put
or
out my
anything.
left hand to shake his hand.
Is that the hold up?
Yep.
Yep, alright. Give me a second. I need to check something. Specific. Okay. He'll go to shake your hand, and his hand kind of goes through yours.
I laugh and I point to my cufflinks and I say, I got you. Remember trickery.
Quite the trickster.
Chaos.
I do like you Nidus worshippers. And one who is not ignorant at that, what a treat.
I bow and then I turn around and take my leave. I'll see you next time when you give us the info.
And he will kind of he'll kind of bow down, but very like showy, as if like he just finished a grand performance and he's kind of bowing. As you all, I assume, leave the room.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
What a cool guy.
Quite a character.
All right. What are your guys' plan right now, if you have one, or did you guys want to take some time to think about it? We will be wrapping up sessions. soon.
Sleep.
Yeah, perhaps
can
we
deal
should
with it tomorrow.
rest for the night.
All right.
Yeah, we did pay for the room.
We did.
Sounds good. I'll try and make a note of that. Otherwise, remind me next week. However, before we call it a session, because I need to prep. You've now been given 2 choices, and you can do both if you would like. But I would very much like to know which one you would like to do first. So where would you guys like to go? The tomb or the storage house?
I would like to avoid the sewers.
Yeah, I would vote for the warehouse as well, because it seems like it's dangerous and underground and some very scary country.
My
Zombies
vote is for the
and all.
tomb.
And
I guess the warehouse seems a little bit easier.
all right. The
3 for
warehouse.
the warehouse.
Already wins. Again, if you guys would later like to do both, if you like to do the other one, you can. But for now, I just need to prep all that, as
Mm-hmm.
you might have you might expect, it's a sort of dungeon in this Dungeons and Dragons game. So I need to prep.
What?
Yeah, I know, it's great.
Gasp.
That's crazy.
Shock and gasp.
I don't
Can
believe
it
it.
expect a dragon?
Oh,
No, that was
I'm not saying
Dracofire.
it. Well, anyways, next week, that's going to be tonight's session, everyone. But regarding
Alright.
next week, we'll be taking next week off because Newt or M can't make it, and
Newt
honest,
can't make it. Newt's
yeah,
under the weather.
both, you know.
He's gotten goose sick.
Yeah, I fell asleep. You know how it is.
Yeah, slept through his alarm.
Yeah, and I also need I would very much like another week because dungeon prepping takes a long while.
All right.
So this kind of works out for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Huge.
But anyways, thanks so much for playing, everyone. Hope you guys had fun.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
DMing.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, another
Great
RP
session.
session. But next session, as you might expect, there might be some combat in it. Who knows? You know, might be.
Maybe.
Guess we'll find
Who's
out.
to say?
But anyways, thanks again for playing, everyone. Hope you guys had fun. If you guys are gonna
Yeah.
stick around for a bit, we can chat a little bit. Otherwise,
Okay.
I'll talk to you guys whenever.
See you later.
Thanks.
Take care,
See my
everyone.
stream.
Bye bye.